Okay, I was gonna say let's continue, but it's not really let's continue, it's more like let's just stream this, because one, I haven't checked a lot of these things here, so I never know how to start a new game. I guess the first thing I should do is like, where have I been the past couple of days? Well, I did say the day after I finished Persona that I would not be streaming, because I would have had to upload that. That was where the first day went. The second day, I got an email from YouTube saying that I have lost my privileges for advanced features because apparently I wasn't set for something over for 2 years or something, and it was weird, so I don't know what happened there. That's been fixed, but I will not get my stuff back for another 2 months for some reason, so I have to wait for that. And by the way, I tried to contact YouTube, and you can't even contact them via email properly anymore, so I just basically took the L on that one and didn't stream yesterday, and then today I sorted out all the stuff with that too, and by the time I got everything ready and a few other things, I ended up almost running out of time not being able to stream. But for some reason, always the days that I start a new game, I always only get a couple of hours worth of this anyway. We'll just see how it goes. But that's just how things are. So, first day I took off was because of Persona, uploading the video, didn't have enough time. Second day I got an email from YouTube, I was trying to figure out what to do with that. And I didn't really do anything at all that day, in terms of the streaming. So, and then today I tried to email them, didn't work, fixed the problem, but I have to wait 2 months, so I can't post external links for 2 months apparently on YouTube, despite me having a 2-year channel history, because that's what they call it. And then it's like, oh, you can't, you can do it faster by showing your passport or your driver's license, which makes no sense, because I don't want to do that in the first place anyway, and I don't think they need that information, so I just left it, and that's what's gonna happen. So, we're back with this. This is Eternights. I've not played this game before. I guess the best way to explain it is indie Persona. So, except we don't have personas, we go around and we're in this world, and we have people that we meet, and those people that we can meet, we can romance, and relationship stuff, and social links, and other things as well. It's made by one person, which is also pretty impressive, because any game made by one person is something to applaud, and yeah, basically, full playthrough of this. There aren't any collectibles, but there are a number of things we have to do. Most of the stuff involves having to think we can get it all done in one playthrough. Unfortunately, you can't get all the relationships in one playthrough done, so we'll be save scumming a bit, but we will see how it goes. I don't know how long this game's going to take, but we'll take our time with it. Also, I'm not sure about the volume. I turned the volume to max, because right now it's not even hitting the yellow bar, but that's just because it's the menu. So there's a chance it might be too loud. I will change it and put it down when I hear it. I do not know, so that's why I'm leaving it at max for now. So I do apologize if the volume is too high, but it should be okay still. I am making sure that everything's working. And it looks like that it is, because I haven't streamed in a couple of days. I did have to restart into PlayStation Network, so yeah, basically we have to just, I think for the most part we just have to play the game like normal. It's most of the stuff just about romancing certain characters and making sure that we get all those done, like you would in a social sim game. I guess it's less of a, I didn't even, don't know what happened there. I am going to try and, like, get everything done in the one playthrough, but we will save scum and stuff as well. We'll see how that goes. And, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I guess what I was going to say is that it's an indie Persona game made by one person, but it's got more of an emphasis on the relationship and other stuff. And we are using a guide, because it does have all the information I need for that, too. So, my controller isn't working, for some reason. My controller is not interesting. So my controller is not responding with the... There it is. For some reason it didn't look like it was responding. Let me just check something. I guess the reason it wasn't responding is because I couldn't move it down. Let's just get things started. So new game. Gameplay. Normal mode, easy mode, or expert mode. We always go easy, so we'll just go on that and do that. I don't know what the differences are, so let's just see what this is. Language, English, and voices. Okay, so it's only you can only have English, I guess, Japanese and Chinese maybe, or Korean maybe. I'm not sure what that is. We'll go with the English voices and language though, obviously. Yeah, nothing much else to really say. Just let's just play the game and see how loud it is. I am prepared on the volume just in case it does go too high, but. So I'm not sure how to turn the volume up any louder if it's already on full max and it's also on full volume on remote play too. Yeah. So we'll just have to see what happens. Alright, May 23rd.
You brought this on yourself.
It's not a very loud game for me, but it might be loud for. I'm hearing it like it normally is. I can always turn it down if I see that it's going too high, but if it's too loud, so far the voice the music is. You know, there was no options either, so we'll have to adjust options while I'm in the game. I think, so we'll have a look and see what it is. But yeah, I would have liked to have streamed sooner, but sorting out the YouTube stuff, and I actually set everything up.
Okay, now we just need to fill out your dating bio.
Okay, this is not a loud game. I've already got this at max level volume for the remote play, as well as max level volume for the audio.
So, who are you?
I don't think any of this matters, right? I'm assuming that we just get introduced. Yeah, we have a conversation with Chani, and then none of these conversation options matter, so let's just, like, skip this for a second. Let's go and skip all the way to... Let's just skip all the way to... 28th. Okay, we'll just do everything else over here. How are we doing? I finished Persona about 3 days ago and I stopped streaming. Mainly because I had to upload the video, and then I got, YouTube decided to tell me, you don't have a sufficient channel history, even though I've been uploading for 2 years. So we're going to remove your features to be able to use external links and better upload speeds or something, and I had to fix that, and there was no way to email them, so I got very annoyed and didn't want to stream yesterday, and then today I was sorting it out. Outside of that, we're about to start a new game though. I guess I'm okay. Like, I would have liked to have had a little bit more time to stream, but we'll, yeah, YouTube has, decided to be, very bad today. It should be sorted out in 2 months, according to them. And I just liked how one of their authentication things is, if you want to get it authenticated within 24 hours, show a proof of passport or driver's license, and it's like, why do you need that information? I don't understand why do you need something like a driver's license or a passport to verify my information faster? Just, like, do it, like, that's not necessary. I'm not even being paid to stream on your platform, so... Like, why do I need to provide that kind of information?
I know what your name is. Smartass.
So I apologize for this game being not very loud. I have it on max volume and max volume for things.
But to get girls online, you have to be more than a smartass.
Did you finish Nier Replicant? I saw you stream Nier. You were streaming Nier Replicant earlier. How did that go?
You have to be serious.
I hope that you enjoyed that. So yeah, outside of the YouTube stuff, I'm pretty much okay. Game is Persona 4 Golden's finished for the first playthrough. We're gonna do a little bit of a buffer game in between with this, and then we'll get back to Persona again to finish that off and get the platinum. So I'm dead serious, or do I have to? Oh, not yet. You're in the second half of the game. Yeah, the grind for the side quest is really bad. Yeah, just outside of the YouTube stuff, I'm doing better. I just wish that I had a little bit more time, but it's okay. Usually when I start a new game, the first couple of streams are only a couple of hours anyway, and then we get settled in. Yeah,
Great.
Gold, I don't remember gold being too bad for me. It was the materials. Like I didn't do it on stream, but some of the materials, even with the item boost drops, they're ridiculous. So an example is I had all the best item boost drops on the word things. Now we just need a strong opening for your bio. The dating wizard, I have low standards or I hate dating apps. I mean, yeah, hate dating apps, I guess.
Hating isn't going to get you girls, dude.
There's an item drop from an enemy that is, I think it's less than 1%. Even with all of those item boost words on, and by the end of the game, you can only fight them 4 of those enemies, and they can still drop other things.
Fine. I'll just write down that you're boring.
Good thing is that when you do start that game, they do give you the DLC weapons. So the original game, you would have to have upgraded every weapon. But because they gave you the DLC weapons for free, there's like an additional 4 or 5 weapons that count towards your upgrades. So you don't technically have to upgrade every weapon, you only have to upgrade the 36 weapons, I believe. Just write down that you're boring.
Yeah, channel that energy into your bio. Look, my bio says I can save them from their boring, loveless lives.
So you lie, or has that ever worked? So you lie?
I'm serious!
But if you haven't played Nier Automata, I definitely think that's the better of the two. You've been getting really lucky with most items. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if you're going for all achievements or all trophies, but there is a trophy for getting all the weapons upgraded. And if you're going to be doing that, you will have to grind several areas, like multiple times over and over again, and still have a chance of not getting stuff. But if you're getting really lucky, then obviously like your luck might be just better than mine. They might have also improved the drop rates from when I played versus now, so that's
online dating is a free-for-all where the weak get nothing.
Oh, you've done all 5 endings? Yeah. I played Automata is a really fun game. Yeah, there's 26 endings. A lot of them are joke ones, but if you've done the main 5, A, B, C, D, and E are is basically the main story.
Okay, you're funny, and girls like jokes. So, do you have any?
I'm a serious guy, or I have you. Yeah, you're my comic relief. The Automata is I think Automata is a little bit more accessible. It's more. I found it more fun, but the 26 endings are also very cool to see, like going through and doing those.
That you do. You know what? I'm going to write that you're a lovable smartass. Now we have to pretty you up in Picture Shop. And don't worry, I'm really good.
Oh, you want to grind to 99? Oh, the secret boss. If you're talking about the Automata secret boss, I believe that's tied to one of the, I think it's ending... Is it ending Y? I think ending Y is tied to the secret boss, I believe. So it would be a part of one of the endings if you are trying to get to the secret boss. Anyway, that boss is a fun boss.
What? Everybody does it. Look at me.
I'm not sure if you've checked out the, Oh, yes, yeah, so I played Automata first, so I didn't get the, I didn't play the, yeah, I never played, I played Replicant after Automata. Automata was my first game in the series, so I found that out later. Automata is a very sad game, in some aspects.
I know, right?
It was really well done, though.
Oh, dude!
One of my favorite
show you
games.
something.
What about my love life? Sure, why not? Sure.
The Eternights Miracle Anti-Aging Drug is now set for its global launch tomorrow.
Oh, there's an... Oh, okay, that's what it is. So... Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not saying that Replicant's a bad game. I just think that I enjoyed Automata more because of it being my first one and a lot of other things. It was more like the... I think that the combat, the action combat and stuff was... Like, obviously, this one was still good as well because of spells. So, Eternights is an anti-aging drug. That's what it's called. Okay. They're both very good. One's more magic-based. The other one's more artillery-based. So, I guess it just depends on what your preference is.
No, not that.
Both are great games, though. So, that can't be denied. Oh, he wanted to show us this. Okay. Sure. None of these options matter, so I'm just gonna...
Isn't Yuna just amazing?
pick what I would want to pick. So his eyes are just sparkling right now.
Her channel has like 50 billion views. And dude, who knows? If we work really hard on our profiles...
For as much of a grind as the Nier games are, the story carries them through, and the music and the fights, and the action, the gameplay, I should say. Even though there are a lot of side quests and a lot of
maybe
stuff that you have to
like
do,
her will swipe
it does
right
make
on
it a
them.
little bit easier to complete, but...
Anyway, the pre-sale for tickets already started.
Like, I appreciated that, even though I didn't use it, I appreciated in Automata that they had, an option to, you could buy the trophies. Instead of having to unlock them, you could just buy the trophies at the end.
Do you want to come?
For anyone who didn't actually want to complete the majority of the, content, but I always say that the side content is, worth playing. Finding, like, the data logs and stuff to figure out what's going on, it just adds to the story.
Okay, we didn't get any swipes today. But we don't want things to be too easy, yeah?
I might have to adjust the volume in the game. That might be the other problem. Because when I started the game, there was no options menu in the main menu, so I will probably like have to take some time in when we get a chance to pause outside of these to see if I can adjust the volume knobs and stuff, because it's barely picking up according to my my OBS, I should say.
And don't you forget it. I'll see you, dude.
Volume's fun on your end? Okay, that's, I mean, I usually check that anyway, just to, because I didn't get a chance to adjust the, options. Now we have a chance to do that. So, what have we got? It looks like we've got 6 relationships, and we've got white and black essence, whatever those are for. Social stats. Okay, so we've got our social stats, which are obviously very similar to Persona. So we've got expression, confidence, acceptance, and courage. 4 levels of that. I don't know what all these little badge-looking things are, but I guess we'll figure out those when we get there. They might be there's pictures next to the characters, so they might be related to that. I can't save at the moment, but there is an auto-save, so that's good. It's a bunch of tutorials that we haven't seen yet. It's a lore section. Here we go. Right, let's fix some. Okay, there's our answer right here. So my volume for OBS is maxed for the game, and the volume knobs are at half. So I'm gonna turn them all up to full, and then see how that goes, and then we'll adjust the OBS volume from there. That way it's more clear. Okay. I don't like to have vibration on, so I'll remove that completely. How do I fix to confirm? Whoops. Just... Okay. Let's try turning the audio to full. Just to see how it picks up on the OBS. What do we go for controls? Elemental Fist, Log, Confidant Strike. Okay, Confidant Strike sounds like it's a... Great Sword, Attack, Death Blow, Perfect Dodge. Okay, so it's a... I guess you would say this is more like Strikers than it is, anything else. Language is good. I guess I'm not going to bother about learning this up until later, so... This sounds much louder now, so I'm going to slightly adjust the... That's better. Let's lower it down a bit. So if I talk like this is about... This sounds right. This sounds a lot better than before. Okay, left is, left is right, right is left. No, definitely get rid of that. I need to change that too. Don't need camera invert. Left is left, right is right. Left is left, right is right, up and up. Stand. Right, let's see what we can do. Yeah, this sounds better now. It's louder on my headphones, and it's also louder on the thing, so... let's take a look around. Probably don't want to go outside yet. Tissue box. At least I have you, tissue box. Commercials are everywhere. She really is a superstar. This is like the 10th that I've seen. I probably don't want to rest. I guess we should go outside. Also, it's just... I was thinking that the reason the game was called... I thought it was called Eternights. It's called Eternights or something like that because of... And apparently that's an anti-aging drug, so... I thought it was going to be something to do with like, hey, it's dark outside all the time and we're getting all these shadows, but... is there like an option to tell me where I'm supposed to go? Or am I just supposed to go outside? Okay, no. Never mind, it's too late to go out. Let's go and go to bed. Sure. Yeah, I think the volume's better now. Max out the volume in-game, so it's louder for me to hear, and also I've lowered the volume on the remote play OBS, so it's not going to be blaringly overly loud over my voice as well.
Dude, this new dating app is blowing up right now.
Okay, that's better. That's definitely better. Voicing. Another one will stop sending me these. Just stop sending me these dating apps.
This one is cool. It gives you a personality test, and then... based on that test, it matches you with someone. Here's the link.
I don't know. I mean, I don't trust these dating apps, no.
Oh, come on, dude. Just for fun.
I guess we're gonna have to do it anyway. Never mind. Alright, what should our dating app be like? Maybe we'll be luckier with this one. Alright, let's actually fill this out as if I was doing it. You are at the beginning of an adventure. Which companion would you bring with you? A talented bluebird, a tough lizard, a wise raccoon, or a resourceful lynx? This almost seemed like a Pokemon question. A beginning of an adventure, so... it's gonna be the companion that you have from the very beginning of a game, essentially. What would be the best companion out of all of these? I mean... I guess I would go with the lizard? As a starting companion? Yeah, I guess we'll go with that. Let's see what this is. Alright. During your travels, you and your companions are tired and need to rest. Where do you decide to spend the night? A cozy cabin, an opulent palace, or a secure bunker? Alright, let's see. We would go... where would we go? If we need to rest... a bunker doesn't sound like a good idea, just to randomly, like, show up and rest. I feel like a cabin is probably the best option out of these three. You and your companion find a basket capable of creating any and all kinds of food out of thin air. What do you do? Woo, cheese party. End world hunger or make money. Okay, so they're saying that you come across a basket that can create any and all kind of food. The issue is that if you... you wouldn't be... You could essentially end world hunger with this, but the issue is that, if someone steals the basket or damages the basket, they're going to, I mean, it wouldn't be a cheese party, and I wouldn't want to necessarily profit off of it either. Honestly, if I had a way of making infinite food, I'm also going to be slightly adjusting the volume as I go, just in case something changes, because I haven't heard the VOD yet, so it's a little hard to figure it all out. I guess I would try and end world hunger, honestly, because I don't care for cheese all that much, and you wouldn't be able to make a ton of money just by selling. It's not just as simple as making the food. You'd have to be able to think. I would try and like use it for a way to help people out with. Yeah, let's try and end world hunger. Your way home, you are ambushed. They grab the basket and your companion and run in opposite direct. Oh no! It's the dilemma. It's the dilemma here. They grab the basket and your companion and run in opposite directions. What do you do? Chase the basket or chase your companion? I mean, I would chase the companion because who knows what they're gonna do to them? But the basket's not giving me anything except for infinite food. And they don't know that it gives infinite food because they don't know what it does. So the companion it's a living creature. Like, of course we save the companion.
Want me to send you dirty pictures?
That's hang on a second. Is this really the kind of dating app we're on here at the moment? We literally just did asking us about like what should we which companion should we have, and infinite amounts of food to now going straight into the DMs here. I doubt we're gonna get any if you say yes, but let's find out.
Oh. Psych!
Yeah,
I got
of course you did.
That was a test. You passed.
Wait, that was we passed the test by saying yes? Okay. Okay, that's fine.
We're going out on a date.
Right now? Like, it's night out.
No, not right now. Tomorrow. Let's have a yacht date.
On the yacht? Every time I hear the word yacht, that's what I think of. The Mario game on the PC.
Doesn't that sound romantic?
I don't know if anyone has played that game. There was a game that I played as a kid, where you had 5 mini games. I don't think it was an officially licensed Nintendo game, but you could play checkers, chess, yacht, go fish, and something else with Mario, and you'd have like they had someone doing Mario's voice and stuff. You'd be like, go fish or yacht, or like, you know, the checker pieces were Koopas or Goombas. I mean, I can't swim, so a yacht date's probably not the greatest.
Risking your life to be with me?
But yeah, I don't think it was an officially licensed Nintendo game, but I remember it was like mini games. I played that a lot as a kid, and I thoroughly enjoyed that.
That sounds even more romantic. Okay, Let's meet at the central station
And like
then
the
find the yacht.
Go Fish game, instead of having you would play Go Fish, but it would be instead of having the numbered cards, you'd have like Piranha Plant and Bob-ombs and you know, all different and he would always that was, I think, the first time I played a Mario game. That wasn't even an official one. Guess the app thinks I like crazy women. Do I? Decide not to think about it too much and go to sleep. What's a yacht date? Wait, we suddenly went to sleep. We've lost our arm, and now we have a blade, a blade for an arm. How did this happen? What's going on? Yeah, I was about to say that myself. It's like first we were on a group date. No, not a group date. We were on a dating app. We go to bed, and then now our arm has been severed. We now have a blade, what would I call it? There's an official name for it. It's, I know it's some sort of blade arm, and with no explanation. Press the square button to attack and create combos with your sword. Press R1 at the end of combos to inflict extra damage on the enemy. That went from 0 to 1,000 in half a second. Like, all of a sudden, our arm is severed, and let's I said square. Perfect dodge. Dodging right before an enemy attack causes time to slow down. Probably like consider it. Dodging right before an enemy attack causes time to slow down. In order to execute a perfect dodge, press X when you see a red pink from it. I just like how we've jumped straight into this with no explanation about what happened to our arm. Just that it got cut off, and now we have a... We now have a... blade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, there you go. So we have a 5-hit attack, combo attack, and then pressing R1 at the end of it gives us a shoulder thing. Dodging right before an enemy attack causes time to slow down. We already know about this. I guess we have to do that as part of the tutorial, right? I'm not very good at timing dodges. Yeah, that's what we have to do. I'm not good at timing my... I'm not very good at timing dodges. Yes, I know what I'm supposed to do. Please just let me... This is,
Yes!
There we go. Press R to lock onto an enemy. Swap between targets, tilt the right stick to the left or right. I've got to get used to dodging. Or at least attempt to dodge. But at the same time, it's not just a lightsaber. So we went to bed, and then in like 2 seconds, we suddenly lost our right arm. It got severed, and then we started. We have a blade that just protrudes out of our severed arm in the dream. We went from a dating app to that. With no explanation. We just started finding stuff inside our head. And then we got a tutorial, fighting tutorial. Nevada, United States of America. We're in Vegas. Copenhagen, Denmark. Never mind, we're all over the world today. We're going everywhere. London, United Kingdom. We're going worldwide with the anti-aging drug here. This is all over the place. Brazil now. South Korea. What are we doing here? Fighting off all the hoes in the dating app. I mean, like, they gave us a question. Would you rather they take your companion or they take your basket of infinite food? Do you decide to take the food, chase after the ones who took the basket, or chase after the one who took your companion? And then it goes straight into this. Did I make the wrong decision? Was I supposed to take the basket instead? I am ready for my date. Well, I guess I do like crazy women. Did it, like, change anything in terms of the... No, I still can't save. I don't have a tutorial option. Alright, I think I met on the 28th. Never mind, we don't have anything to do. Or is this still the same day? It's 28th. I guess we have to rest until the next day? It's saying that we have a date, though. Now is not the I like that we can interact with the tissue box. That's one of our companions in this game, the tissue box. Am I supposed to leave? It told me that I'm supposed to go to bed on the 28th, but, then it's letting me leave on the 28th, so I have no idea. Let's just go to bed and see what happens. Never mind, let's just, leave. We have a date with someone. Don't know who our date is, though. We'll find out in a second. I like this anime. We're getting an anime now. Well, no, our companion for the dating app, we had a choice between a bluebird, a lizard, a lynx, or a thing. But I was just like, the only thing I can interact with in my room is the bed, and the TV, and the tissue box. Like, this game is going from, like, one extreme to the other. Blade arms that are lightsabers, fighting stuff in our dreams, dating apps, everywhere around the world getting this.
Dude, I just saw a street blow up. I'm on my way to the shelter.
I don't know what to think of this game. It's interesting for sure.
You too.
It's definitely interesting. This is all one person, by the way, I should mention. Most of the, this is a... I guess the best way to explain it is an indie Persona title with, like, Scarlet Nexus graphics and, like, more of a focus on, like, the social aspect, like the romances and the stuff like that. But, so far, this is, escalating quickly. Escalating pretty fast. We didn't even get to go on our date.
Dude, What was up with that huge wall? Like, where did it come from?
Can we talk to you, sure?
Huh.
Why is the shelter so quiet? Oh,
quiet?
never mind.
Ugh. It's freaking me out.
Oh no, we're not in a house at the moment. We're in the shelter. All right, what have we got? Of course, the one thing that you need in the foreseeable future, if there's an attack on society, run to the dirty magazines. That's that will definitely help you out with the.
I managed to grab a few essentials before coming over.
Of course you did. I don't even know this character, and we've already established that he's basically a perv.
Oh, by the way, do you have an extra toothbrush?
You didn't bring your own toothbrush, but you decided to bring the dirty magazines. Okay. Hey, we have a microwave. We have a microwave now.
Hey, the world is ending, but at least we can make popcorn.
We have all the essentials in this bunker. We have a male companion, dirty magazines, and a microwave, and some beds. That's what we've left ourselves. If we stepped outside tomorrow and the world had completely ended, we have a microwave, some dirty magazines, and some beds. That's what we've been left with.
You think we'll have roommates?
Yeah, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Do you think they'll be girls?
There's something else to really do, so let's just... We have all the essentials in our bunker.
Breaking news. A massive wall has appeared in the middle of...
Giant wall appears in the middle of a city. Avoid contact with others and wait patiently for help from the rescue team.
The wall was that big?
Like, I don't want spoilers or anything like this, but what is actually, like...
Dude.
I don't think I've seen a game escalate in this way within within, like, less than an hour. That wasn't already in a bad space, I should say. Like, not knowing what to do, you and Chiny try to catch some sleep. I think tomorrow will be better. We have all of the essentials, though, in our bunker. No one will, at least no one will try and, like, rob us. That's one thing you could say.
A mysterious infection
good about
continues
it.
to spread across the globe.
You're getting reports that people have begun... Wait, what? We are now getting reports that people have begun for some reason. What? Begun what? What does that... What's that supposed to mean?
Again, the infected are aggressive and will attack on sight.
I guess they just mean that they've become infected, but...
Stay inside.
Dude. Are we infected? I don't want to die.
Fairly certain none of these matter, right? Yeah, none of these matter. Should just go through quickly and just make sure that I... for the next 3 days, you and Chiny take turns trying to distract each other from reality. Yeah, nothing to worry about until after we've done a map sort of section, so you can probably just spend some time enjoying the game before we start having to lock into making sure we collect stuff and select certain options.
Okay, this is bad.
Alright, no TV now, so...
What's that? This is really, really bad. Go close the door.
I thought the door was closed. I mean, we can't stay in this case if we're gonna be knocking on the... I'm happy that there's autosaves. That's another thing I'm happy with. No explanation for any of what is happening yet. I mean, the picture here shows that our right arm is, like, glowing, so I'm assuming that we're maybe in the dreams we can wield an arm saber, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Haven't you ever watched horror movies?
At least the game tells me when you interact with something else to like, check outside. Alright. Let's, see what we're in for. The world has gone to hell in, a week, basically.
Do you think we're the only survivors left?
This is why you do not use dating apps. If you use dating apps, then you're guaranteed within the week, the world is going to be coming to an end, and there's going to be infection and things. So yeah, just that's your confirmation right there. Don't use dating apps.
For the last time, stop talking about that.
It may look cool and all to have a blade for an arm and be able to do combos in your dreams and stuff, but yeah, avoid dating apps at all costs.
We just saw a broadcaster get eaten. What if I'm next?
Could we just have 1 minute where we don't talk about dying?
When you were on TV, were you only pretending to be nice?
Okay, I'm going to go look around the shelter.
I just like how they're not... Instead of focusing on the actual characters, they're focusing on...
What? Forget your
everything
friend.
else.
She's probably dead too.
I guess because we're going to get introduced to them in a minute, but...
She didn't make it to the shelter.
Well, since you're so sure, you can stay here.
Wait for me!
I'm very intrigued with this. I don't even know how long the game is. It seems like it could be a decent length. If it's anything like a Persona, I mean, it's an indie game, so I expect it to be a little bit shorter, but, so far, it's like, they've done a good job of, like, keeping me wanting to... I don't have a map. There is a map here, but I don't have a... I thought we would get a map on our, screen. Maybe we get one later?
I can't believe we're leaving our room.
I'm gonna wait till the, dialogue finishes, just in case... wait for the dialogue to finish, just in case something, you miss something. Seeing anything around, so just have a look. No items or anything lying around.
I can hear footsteps.
Oh, never mind. That's just us.
Okay, nothing to interact with either, so I'm guessing it's just a running through the area instead.
Okay, dude. Just be ready to run if you hear anything, okay?
I'm not running here, so we're getting, this is, all cutscenes. Alright, here we have a couple of dialogue options I need to select, just for certain, bonuses, but, I'm only gonna focus on the ones that actually, like...
Watch where you're going.
Well, actually, these ones are fine. I can actually leave them. Probably just leave them.
What? Yuna? Huh. Is that Yuna?
We do have to level up our social rank stuff, but we have 4 traits. I think at this point in time it doesn't really matter which trait we level up, because we have to level them all up anyway.
Yuna? I'm not Yuna. I'm...
Miss Steel Forehead.
There's no point in lying, is there?
I mean, we're all in a... also, okay. So there's supposed to be a, concert in 8 days.
Oh, my God! It is Yuna! Huh.
Who cares who she is? We're all going to die soon!
You're not helping, Lena.
What are you doing then? You're the pop star! Do something!
Their mouths open up a little, like, if they open wider than what you would expect for...
Damn it, Lena. The world is...
I guess it's because she's, like, yelling it. That's probably why.
So, are you guys with any other survivors?
No, it's just us.
Awesome.
Who are you again?
Oh, I'm Johnny. This is my friend.
You're bleeding.
You have a hard head. Does it bring out my eyes? You're a detective too. When I first saw that, it's like that looks like war paint. That looks like war paint. More than anything. Okay, confidence +1. So social stats, the way you respond will increase different social stats. They are what allow you to take your relationship with your confidant to the next level. So I think I need to get all of them as high as possible for a trophy, but also so that we can connect with other characters.
Yes, but it might not be worth it.
One thing that I appreciate so far, all of this is voiced. So I don't have to read as much.
He didn't even want to go to your concert. He said, Johnny, I would rather lose myself in your eyes. It was a whole thing. We had a moment.
I'm gonna slap you. I mean, like,
What are you people doing?
I mean, if we show her that we have a blade arm or a... I'm not sure what's the official name of the, I'm trying to think of something that I've seen that has a energy blade for a weapon and, like, what they actually call it. Like, it's not a lightsaber in the sense of, like...
Oh, you're right. I should ask for a selfie.
Welcome in, Kat. Nice to see you. Hope that your stream is going well. It's nice to Are you still streaming? Thank you for popping in. Thank you very much.
Have you seen a girl with long black hair and a mole under her left eye?
You mean Jisoo? The party queen. She's here
Must be
too.
getting pretty late there. Is it like, it has to be early morning for you, right? Like 6 or 7? 6 or 7 in the morning? Because it's like, it's almost 5 p.m. for me.
Ew, we're risking our lives for that degenerate?
Warning. The shelter has been compromised. Please make your way to B-15.
Find her later, let's go. We need to move. We probably gonna find her as we move, so let's just do that. This looks like it's all tutorial stuff, so I guess I should probably just skip this. Yeah, let's just now we've got characters with us, so is that gonna change anything here? Okay, so you can see here on the little list. So we had 2 dialogue options, and now it's increased the ranking. So I'm happy to see that. This makes it a little bit better than the Persona games, because you usually only see them increase once they've gotten to the level. This way, at least, it shows me how many points off I am from the next level up. So I'm happy to see that. We still can't save. You got a tutorial. So let's just,
We need to look for B15.
let's just keep going, shall we? There's no map option, because I'm not seeing... Is there a map option here that I can see? Log, it's R1. No, it doesn't look like there's any. No, don't think we're gonna find anything that... There's an enemy here. I'm not gonna find anything here that's,
What the hell is that?
doubt we're gonna find any items.
We're all going
Seems
to
like it's all
die.
tutorial stuff.
Lena, how about we focus on surviving instead?
I can walk quietly. Gently push the left stick forward to walk quietly. So we're gonna actually sneak. Assuming we're out of the woods now.
Oh yeah, that was easy.
Let's hope the rest is too.
I was gonna say, do we have to sneak? No, we have a... I can't fight. Never mind, we can't actually fight the enemies here. They also have that zombie, like, running animation thing. I don't even know if I'm heading the right way. Oh, they're all over the place here. So much for, like, sneaking by. Like, we're kind of just running through the area, because, like, there's no map.
These people don't look infected.
Huh. Why are all their right arms cut off?
Okay.
This is sick.
So right arms have been cut off now. Well, our right arm was cut off, but it happened in a dream, so we don't know why.
These poor people.
We still don't know what the reason is. We don't know why
What
they've...
sort of sick individual cuts off a person's right arm?
I mean, the only game that I can remember off the top of my head having something where you would collect limbs, like outside of like if that was the particular spawn item for a character, I think it was Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance. There were certain soldiers that I think you had to lop off their left or right arm, and you had to collect it so you would get, it was a collectible, so... I remember that being something.
We're probably going to die before we reach the exit.
Honestly, Lena, stop freaking out.
You being nice to me would calm me down.
There's a big guy at the front over here. I'm assuming we have to deal with this. We still haven't gotten there yet, so let's just keep going here. Cutscene time. It's a little interesting little game so far.
Duelio. Nang Hang Guan Anna.
Lena, no!
Officer, please help!
Yeah.
Guys, we gotta go.
Lena's dead. Lena's deader than dead. No, that's yeah. Okay, now we're getting a running tutorial. While running, press and hold L firmly to sprint. While running, press or while running, press L1 once to sprint. Yeah, that this is escalating really quickly. She's we saw a body, can definitely confirm, but, I think she's dead, Jim. Yeah. Let's get out of here. I don't know, what is, never mind, we're dead too. Never mind, we died. I got caught. Rip for me. Yeah. So we have to do something at the end of this. I think I went the wrong way. No, we didn't go. Okay, good thing we didn't go the wrong way.
We can hide in those lockers!
Alright, we want to hide with Una in this, so we get a bonus dialogue option later. So R1. Hide with Una, so we get the extra dialogue choice. For bonus points. Which none of these seem to matter.
Why are you in here? Shh. Don't answer. Hold your breath.
Oh, never mind, it's a breathing section. Press square when the outer circle reaches within the colored... Okay, so it's... We're now doing, sneaking, segments. Right. Easy enough. I mean, we're playing on the easiest difficulty, but,
I think he's gone.
still. Can't underestimate these,
Let's get out of here.
Good thing there weren't any shelves in those lockers, because I don't know how we would have gotten
okay?
into a... Well, I guess there are lockers... There are, aren't there a lot of sports lockers that have, like, just the shelf on the top, and then the majority of the rest of the locker is, a big giant space?
I told her to calm down. I freaking told her!
She's calm now, but she's also dead, so,
Why didn't... You're still hurt.
I'm sorry, every time I look at that, blood mark on ourselves, it looks like, I'm fairly certain, doesn't Kratos have, the design like that? He has, like, the red stripe, on his face like that.
I'm not a monster, okay?
What?
Green energy appears from her hand. You feel the wound on your head closing. Okay, so she's a healer. Oh, never mind. So
You're a witch!
she's a healer. She's a healer, I guess.
Shut up. I'm not a witch either. I think.
Then how did you get this power?
I met this strange woman.
I've met strange women.
In my dreams, Chani. And when I woke up, I had this power.
Wait, your dreams? How? Actually, tell me later.
Does that mean anything's updated with her? No. Still can't save. So I'm guessing this is the tutorial. I also want to keep pressing the circle button to exit the menu, but you can't. It's always,
There's B-15! We're almost
it's
there!
always, start.
Of course the lights are going out.
No map here is a little annoying. I hope that we get a map later. That way I can explore all of the areas without going too far into the story. I would like that.
People!
Well, someone's found us.
I'm here to evacuate you. Please follow me.
I just... one thing. Is Jisoo Han in this shelter?
One moment. My apologies. Her name isn't in the register. However, the system is currently unstable. It's possible she's at another shelter. We really must get to the train outside. Now, please.
Like, I'm obviously we've still got a big game to go, right? I don't know, I'm assuming, but I'm impressed that this is, like, this was made by mostly one person. Characters emote very well in these cutscenes. Like their facial reactions look really good. Oh, we've met Darth Maul.
Don't struggle. It'll just make things difficult for everyone.
Yeah, who are you?
Finally, I found you.
Wait, is this how we lose our arm?
I'm sorry.
Oh, never mind. There we go. Decapitation. Decapitation. Well, not decapitation, what's the term when someone loses an arm or a leg? That's how we lose our arm.
I told you yachts were super romantic.
Wait, this is the date? Yeah, dismemberment, that's it.
Can't you feel the love in the air? Baby.
We're going from dating apps to the end of the world to fighting monsters in our dreams with a... At least she said she was sorry, but she said sorry before she did it. She didn't apologize afterwards. My arm got chopped off. Like, yeah, that happened.
Yes, you lost your arm, but who cares? You're on a date.
Who cares if you've been dismembered and, like, don't know what the hell's going on and the world's going to an end? We're on a date and we're going on a yacht, damn it.
I'm super excited. The last date I was on was 800 years ago.
You're the dating app lady? Or who, I mean, who are you? Like, we... Oh, Oh, right, that's who you are.
I look much better than my profile picture.
You're the one who asked us if
Don't
we
I?
wanted the dirty pictures or not. Yeah, 800 years ago, she said. So...
By the way, you're still alive. I mean, barely.
Yeah, but I'm totally armless. Well, not completely armless, but like...
The silly little girl. Did she really think cutting off your arm could stop me?
Because we've already... Something has to be going on with the right arms, because we saw people on the way through the area, and they all had their right arms cut off.
I mean...
So there has to be some reason as to why there's a...
Congratulations. You've been chosen.
Congratulations being chosen for what? To lose my arm? Like, yeah, what have we been chosen for? Congratulations, you've been dismembered, here's your prize. What are we gonna get?
You have been chosen to join my team.
Could have chosen not to lob my arm off first.
Here are the benefits.
Alright, what are the benefits for losing... So, we're trading a loss of an arm for...
Survival, unchecked power,
Okay.
having to fight a super powerful entity.
What?
Don't worry about that. Don't you want to be the hero that saves the world?
Sure, but did I have to lose my arm for that to happen?
Suffers tremendously. And gets a parade?
I'm starting to think that this wasn't worth losing our arm. I mean, but we do get a parade. I mean, a parade is pretty cool. Like, not how many people get a parade dedicated to them? Like, we lose our arm, but the parade, like, there's gonna be balloons and streamers and cheering fans. We get a parade though, like, that's...
Good boy.
I mean, we're gonna get forced into it anyway, but... Yeah, now what? Like, I've...
Survive first, then we'll talk.
I don't know about anyone else, but is losing an arm worth a parade? It could very well be. I want to say I'm still confused because we haven't figured out anything yet, but I'm also I'm more intrigued, I guess, about what's actually happening. Like, I'm expecting, because it's an indie game, that we have to have something that's like unique because it needs to stand out. And so far, it has delivered it. Fight time? Maybe?
Damn it!
Now we get to be the pro tag again, I guess. I'm gonna check the pause menu just in case there's something that updates. Wait, this feels familiar. Oh, right, this is the... No, nothing's changed. Good, let's just fight then. This is exactly where we started in the... Yeah, I already know how to do something. Like, kill them? Yeah. One combo is enough to kill those enemies. And after every 5 hits we can do a every 5 hits of square, pushing R1 is like a finisher. It's unfortunate that you can't. I was expecting them to have R1 after every.
She uses
like,
people.
That would have been a little bit better because it would have given me a little bit more options. Because every time you push R1, it just doesn't. Okay, here we go. Elemental Fist. The Elemental Fist is what allows you to break enemy barriers. In order to use it, you must first charge your Elemental Gauge through attacks or perfect dodges. The Elemental Guard is at the top left game screen next to HP. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Okay. Also gotta get used to dodging.
Yes.
There we go. L2. Charged Elemental Fist. Press L2 to use the Elemental Fist and break enemy barriers. Okay. Ah, okay, that's nice. Okay, so you get a okay. Pushing L2 gives you an option to pushing L2 gives you an option to do the Elemental Fist. L2. Push the L2 button. You select the element that you want, and then you time the button presses, and then you just mash the buttons. You time them accordingly. I'm almost about to die. I've also been able to time this. We just got some black essence for something, so.
Why don't you just...
So far it's a little bit, you know, again, attack, a 5 combo attack and R1 for the special, and then, you get a,
You were too late.
building up to your elemental taking
Return to me.
and then break their shields.
Yes, Umbra. Right away.
Dude!
Hey, you're alive.
That was tough, or what the hell was that? Yeah, what was that we just fought?
Calm down. Look, I know onboarding can be difficult, but you handled it like a pro. So, here is the actual job I need you to do. You see that ugly, disgusting tree? That is Umbra.
Okay, that really explains why she was saying, well,
Her
we
rat
heard
broke
Umbra.
in here and stole the stone. The stone is the source of everything. I've used it pretty well, if I might add. And you're the result.
So that must have been what she put into us. The red
no.
orb. It looked like an
Umbra
apple when I
wants to
saw it.
awaken the stone and use it to ruin our fun. We cannot, under any circumstances, let that happen. If that happens, everything you know will change.
Change how?
Umbra and I are architects of the human mind and soul. Humanity can only have one of us awake at a time.
Also, I don't know about everyone else, but I'm always suspicious of I'm always suspicious of characters that have question marks as their names. Because if it's not meant to be someone we're supposed to know, then usually they will keep it secret. Because it could be somebody that we're, well, if it's somebody that we don't know at all, then giving them a name is fine. But keeping it secret would also imply that we may meet this person down the line later on, which I'm thinking,
We
like,
decide who stays awake and who
we're gonna have to figure out who this is, because it's not gonna say question mark the whole time.
Well, if the stone is used by an architect, it can force another architect to sleep. And if I fall asleep, everything and everyone you know will change. I love who we are. So, you are going to help me stop her by retrieving the stone for me. Unfortunately, she created these walls between us and the stone. See that depressing, tiny little dot? That's you!
You're a bit mean to make the dot bigger. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I mean, you could have at least asked us before you, decided to do
Put
all
my
this,
power
but,
into your arm. Take it and transport it behind the walls. And do it quickly. Because, we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, how long do we have? How much time?
Don't worry about it.
You say that we don't have enough time, but then you won't tell me how much time we have. That would be a good idea, because that would at least tell me how quickly we have to move. Can you please tell me how long?
I said don't worry about it.
Wait, we can just keep asking her how long.
Shut up and focus on getting through the first wall, damn it.
Okay.
Do not.
Never mind. Never mind. We have to stop asking her now. Smart on the game to have like multiple options for that. I thought it was just gonna repeat. Hey, we got our first trophy.
Dude, are you alright? Your arm!
One of these things that's coming up, I do need to mention. I need to pick one of the options here. If I pick anything up other than lower your voice, it's gonna it'll give me a point. Do you remember? Is this really the type of questions we're supposed to be? We have to go with the first option. We have to go with the first option, just because, come on now, we have to go with that. The porn we stole from your grandpa, or never mind. No, we have to go with the first option. This is supposed to be a tender moment here. We'll just go with the...
Dude. We stole a lot of porn from my grandpa. You
I
need
guess
to
that
be more
explains
specific.
where it came. Never mind. Now maybe we've jumped to the rabbit. Need to be more specific on the type. The gross one, the vintage one, or the anime one? The anime one? Question mark? Like,
That was a classic. You threw that away, right?
I didn't. I kept it. I'm weak, or do lower your voice. We don't want to select the bottom option because that will not give us a point. I'm weak. I just like that. What do we pick here? We'll go with this. We'll
Dude,
go with this.
I didn't know you were that into it.
Guys?
Alright, that should be enough for that point.
I'll burn it all. Don't worry.
Also, we need to check the sync
Okay,
up that
I am done
trophy
listening
too.
to you perverts.
Realize you aren't as hurt as you thought you were. Get up and brush off your clothes. It's awkward.
Yeah, let's go.
I guess that explains why there was that giant pile of dirty magazines there. If he stole all of those and considered it essential reading. Alright, sync up the trophy first, because obviously... we have a new stuff in the menu now we can check out. Alright, what did we get that for? New arm. You awakened your new arm. A shame. Okay, this is where... First of all, I want to say this. So, this is why you never go by the PlayStation rarity... you don't go by the PlayStation rarity icon things here. So, they're saying that this game is a 4% ultra rare platinum trophy to get. I can guarantee you now, based on what I've already had to look up to make sure of what you have to do, there's no way that this game is a ultra rare in terms of like its difficulty. Okay, we have a ranking with ourselves. A lot of stuff to do. What trophies are keeping ultra rare? The best way to put it is, on the PlayStation, it takes into account every single person who's ever played the game. So, the reason why it's so rare is because there might be a lot of people who have played the game. It's not for anything difficulty-wise, or stuff like that. So even like games that are really common platinum difficulty, like a Telltale, like a Telltale game. I guess in terms of this game, they consider the it'd probably be the relationship ones. Date earned rarity. Okay, they consider, like, so in this game you have to date all the characters, but you can only do it in one playthrough, so I would probably think it's dating all the characters and doing all that in the one, section, like, that's probably it. But it's not rare in the, again, this is like, it's not like you're having to play 500 hours to play the game, but PlayStation rarity, in general, is much lower than actual stuff, because it counts any single it counts every single person who's earned at least one trophy in the game. So if 5 million people have played one game and earned one trophy, the platinum's going to be really rare, because that's 5 million people that haven't touched the title since, whereas the game can be super easy. Whereas, like, the official sites, like PlayStation Profiles and a couple other places, they only count the players that have the game in their profile and have earned at least one trophy. And not like everybody, I guess. Alright, what have we got here? So we've got dodge. Allows you to dodge when executed perfectly, slows down time. Death blow. Oh, there's actual tutorials for each of these now. But yeah, if I went through like a list of all of my trophies, like platinum trophies and stuff that I have, there'd be some that would be at like 0.1, and some that are at like much more rare. Like a good example would be GTA 5. It's not a completely like, it's a rare platinum to have because of multiplayer and stuff. But it's also going to have a bigger increased rarity because so many people have played it. Same thing with like Call of Duty. Some of the Call of Duty games are actually really easy to get platinums for, but there's just a much larger player base. Devastating deadly attack can perform once you've built up enough of a long chain of attacks. So that's your, this is the, death blow is the R1 button. Oh, never mind. Press circle when you see the death blow indicator, which will appear once you've chained together a long enough combo. So that's not the R1. We have not learned that yet, so... And the new arm is obviously the power Lux lended you. So they've told us who the character is now for this. Elemental Light 1, a light elemental attack that breaks through thunder barriers, which we used before. Great Sword allows you to do heavy attacks capable of penetrating enemy shields. That is trying. Okay, we've got a couple of things we have to learn now. So when we've built up a long enough chain of attacks, Circle will allow us to do a death blow. On top of that. We've now also got a Great Sword, which is penetrating enemy attacks for Triangle. So I guess this would be like your heavy attack. All-out attack, an attack that can break any kind of barrier. You can activate this skill by pressing the L1 and the R1 button together, but only after you've already used 4 elemental attacks. Endurance allows you to withstand any 1 extra hit before dying. Like, if I could probably just look at this now. If I looked up the actual, like, rarity of this trophy for platinum-wise, it's probably, like, I would expect it to be the more accurate one for people who are on sites that are, like, actively looking for platinums. This is probably going to be much higher. Because that's 4% of the total player base of anyone who's actually picked up the game and played it. Yeah, looking at, like, the PS4 version, the platinum rarity is 21%. Of people who've used it on the site that has, like, over 1 million people playing. So that's more accurate. And even 21% high for this game. Considering it... unless it's a 500-hour game, which I don't expect it to be. So Stinger level 1, a powerful sword thrust that moves you closer to enemies while also damaging them. Press triangle while holding R1 to use the Stinger. Oh, that's what I actually accidentally brought up before. Powerful sword thrust that moves you closer to enemies while also damaging them. I'm assuming that they're going to give us tutorials as we go. This does say Una rank 0, so I guess we unlock better abilities according to each maybe new character that we see. That would be interesting to see. Blast level 1. That's his min rank 1, I think it says. Shoots a wave of energy towards your target. Press circle while holding R1 to shoot a damaging wave of energy towards your target. This skill knocks down enemies. Then 3 swords level 1. Summons 3 swords to spin around you and deal damage to your enemy. Which is Seer rank 1. Press X while dodging, holding R1 to summon 3 swords to damage enemies. Okay, that looks like a good... this looks like something out of... when I see this, it reminds me of the, I don't know how many people have played Kingdom Hearts. In Kingdom Hearts 2, when Riku and Sora do their limit, the team limit together, and one of the attacks is they do that they spin a bunch of swords around them. Yeah, True Trophy says 698. But this is also an indie game. There's also 2 versions, like, as well. I wouldn't say that it's something to be like, oh, it's super rare. And then Whirlwind level 1, an AoE attack that damages surrounding enemies. That is from Johan, rank 1. Press square while holding R1 to use Whirlwind, and also knocks down enemies. So, nice to see some of those. Getting a little bit of progress with these 2. We've already seen these. No lore unlocked yet, though. Right, let's get back into the game. I was wanting to... Let's have a look and see what's around here before we go. I just don't know if a lot of people have played the game in the first place. Like, I think I saw this first at the... Was it the Tokyo Game Show? It was one of those, conferences, and it looked like, again, I like Persona games, and I like, there's no map by them, which is unfortunate. I like, Persona games, and I like simulation and stuff. Hang on 1 second. Why are we getting the giant like spam bots here, no. It takes up exactly the amount of my thing as well. Yeah, bye-bye. Get rid of that. That took up the entire section of my yeah, the perfect fit. One thing I am getting annoyed with is that we can't finish the combo.
How are you so good at this?
You can only do the R1 combo at the end of a 5-hit combo. I would have liked to have had that happen with like anything. So if you do square square R1 or square 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 R1, but you can't do that. It's only just a single. You can only do it at the end of a combo. Yeah, every now and then I get those, but what can you do?
Be careful!
So I gotta like protect the others, I guess. They're not really fighting, they're kind of just like hovering around. Although I guess Yuna should be able to do something, right? Like here's like a confirmation with like some of these other prompts. I can't do any of these, so I don't know what they're for yet, but I'm assuming that they're gonna unlock later. Touch of blood.
Careful!
I've got to get used to the dodging. I need to play ahead with these, like... I'm gonna easily die from them. Also, I got this. I may as well use it. Though I probably should have waited to do that. Yeah, they won't ever stop. Mind, I just died. I just like that it fit exactly into the area. There was no it fit exactly. Actually back fair way if you die. Do you still get them, or have you like so if they don't come from some of the discords, I'll come from somewhere else. I really need to get used to this wife. Who would have thought dodging would take less damage? Yeah, I noticed it a lot when I was first starting out, and then it's got much I am completely destroyed. Yeah, I need to just I think I just need to dodge and dodge a couple attacks. Do a couple attacks, then dodge. That's gonna be the easiest way to get through this. Also, there's a delay, like, from when you would normally, every time I see that red flash, basically, seems to be what I have to do. Every now and then you get the ones that come in and like follow you, and then they say, "Hey, would you like to buy my art?" It's like, have you seen my stream? I don't need that book. You know, certainly don't need it from someone who's completely random and doesn't have like shows me that they've got buy artwork. I totally totally believe that. Which is there? There's one of them throwing projectiles. Someone's throwing projectiles, and then that's doing a lot of damage.
How are you so good at this? Who are you?
One thing I think we definitely need a map. Definitely need a map just to know which way I'm actually going. Think we found our way out? Alright, that was Act 2. Sorry, that was Act 1, I should say. Almost 2 hours. Granted, I did die, but so it's fine. It's fine. Still haven't been able to save either manually. At least this can be used as a getting back into streaming after a couple of days as well.
What is going
Something
on?
short, something that's not too
infected? The wall?
stressful over the what we have to complete and stuff.
All those people dying?
I still have a guide for like all the decisions and stuff I have to make, but that's
Also,
mainly
dude,
because I need to make sure
what's
I
up
get
with your
social
arm?
stats up. But for the most part, I think we're okay. Like, the stuff here doesn't matter, because it's all, they all give me points no matter what I select. At least up until, the next, nighttime section. So I guess it's similar to Persona, we get,
any difference?
daytime and nighttime sections to spend with characters, so, and that's gonna make it a bit of difference. My arm feels heavy, my arm feels powerful, my arm feels connected. Well, we still have our arm in the real world, we just don't have the... No, never mind,
I felt the same thing with my power.
never mind, we're...
It was weird.
Okay,
Do you
we've
think
lost
you can
our
turn
arm
your arm
completely
into
now.
anything other than a sword?
So what happened before then? Because we had the scene before. In the scene before, we had the, well, we had our, I guess we were having a premonition, maybe. Do you think you could turn your sword into anything other than a sword? Summon a sword arm, summon an umbrella arm, summon a carrot arm. Can we summon an umbrella? Then you can be under my umbrella. Can we summon out a, Wait, what?
Gross!
Oh, did they really go with the tentacle route? Okay.
It's like the arm is showing who you really are.
Okay, we can make a tentacle.
A filthy degenerate.
You can talk. You were the one who brought all the dirty magazines into the bunker. Is the game suggesting something here with us having a...
You're bleeding again!
Keeping a distance from the tentacle, Yuna put her hands on your face, a green light fills the room. Alright, so she's basically our healer then.
Too.
I guess that does make sense though, if we, maybe everyone gains powers, that would explain why they're chopping arms off. If everyone has powers in their right arm, maybe they can do something with the arms that are there. Because her right arm is also...
Probably.
The,
she seemed to be
one with
after
the powers.
everybody's arms. So, I guess it's kind of lucky Jisoo wasn't there.
Yeah.
Granted, Lena, the
Just
girl that
wish
was
I knew
there,
she
she
was lying or not.
didn't lose her arm. She basically had her face like completely messed
We
up.
should ask that drone lady when she comes back.
Your eyes feel heavy. I guess it doesn't really matter what we select.
Great idea. I could use some
Yeah,
rest
next
too.
thing that we have to do is like once it hits nighttime, we have to talk to Chani first to get some extra character traits. So that's why we're doing that. If we talk to Yuna next, she will it will continue the story. So want to avoid that. I still have the internet. Yeah, thank God that we still have the internet.
Why aren't you sleeping?
I can't sleep, or why aren't you? This is yacht lady who gave us our powers. So yeah, why aren't you?
I was bored.
What should I call you? What's your name? Yeah. What? We only know where it's question mark, question mark, question mark. So yeah. What's your name? This is supposed to be our
I'm
date.
a part of every person. I have no name.
We're going down that route
You
now.
can call me Lux.
Lux it is then, or can I call you mommy? Okay. I like the options that they give you. This does remind me of Persona. Persona does give you a lot of other options that you can select. Connection lost. I don't even know what she's trying to say here. Should really stop visiting those websites. I mean, we were talked into this app by our friend, so...
Oh. They want to use my social media to spread information.
I still have no idea where we're going with this at the moment. It just... A lot of people's arms are being stolen, and everyone's right arms have superpowers to them, so... nothing new here. Getting closer to... It's taking its time, but I'm still not sure what these blank item things are for, but we'll have to see. Hey, we can save the game now. Okay. Your journey begins, the wall arrives. When the monsters appeared, you hid in the shelter, but more came as you fled. A strange woman ripped off your arm. I wouldn't say ripped, she dismembered it. On the verge of death, Lux, a divine being, offered you her tremendous power, which you accepted. After using that power to save yours, Yuna's, and Chani's lives, you began your journey to retrieve the stone. So we still don't know what this stone is. Outside of the fact that we have one, and that they gave it to us, or something like that. Alright, so I want to talk to Chani first, before we talk to Yuna. I don't think any of these... all the Chani options give us something, so... we can just talk to him like normal. And... same thing for Yuna. Looks like.
I'm fine.
Dude, you sound fine. Clearly you're not. Yeah, clearly you aren't. I don't think you're...
Dude, you don't know how I feel.
Also the fact that he does have a power as well to defend himself, so having him around means we have to basically protect him and stuff, I guess.
It's just... all I could do was watch as you got hurt. I wish I could have done something.
I think you should be more focused on the fact that you actually survived, rather than having to
that's right.
fight everything, I guess.
As long as we're alive, who knows what might happen.
Is that it? Really? Or can I talk to him more? I guess we can keep talking to them. No. Okay, oh, it's at night time. Never mind, it was at night time. Yeah, okay, never mind. It's the nighttime stuff. This is during the daytime, so we have to talk to them both anyway. It's at nighttime. I have to talk to Chani first. We have a bar here as well. Alright, what does June have to say? Thinking about friend Jisoo or that girl Lena. I'm assuming I have to pick both.
It's just... Okay. If the world is ending, are you allowed to be selfish?
Yes, no, or it's okay even when the world isn't ending. If the world is ending, you're allowed to be selfish. I don't think so. I think that you're better off surviving together than you are by yourself, so... But then in some cases, you do have to take into account self-preservation over someone else, but you should still be trying to work together as a team. So I would probably argue it's better not to be selfish than it would be to be selfish. Unless it's in an extreme situation, so I would still say it's not okay, but...
Yeah, but a little
like,
bit
I think it is. I think
okay.
it is if it was self-preservation,
Right?
but,
Right?
I don't think you'd need to... Okay, now it's not time. So we talked to Chani first.
Click here to claim your own super almighty power?
No, don't click it. It's a scam. We already had one of those today. Don't click on the viewers. Don't click on the viewer bot. Alright. Nothing changed.
Hey!
Feeling better.
Yeah, a strange woman finally got in touch with me. My power should show up any moment now. Just you wait.
Can we only talk to them once? Like it's so weird. I don't know, you talk to Chani first, then you talk to Yuna, and then you go back to Chani again. So I guess it was... If you did this conversation first... you snore, by the way, or as much as I could. I couldn't even hear... Like, I didn't hear anybody snoring, so...
Well, I hope that's enough. I wish there was something to do on this train.
Look out the window or we could talk. I mean, there is... We could always just talk, like, that we are here. If you don't really have anything to do, you can just talk.
So, what do you usually eat for breakfast?
What's going on?
I love the sprites that appear.
Faster?
The sprites that appear, like, when they're talking and stuff. I think
Roly?
they're
Are you there?
pretty cool. But they're very nice as well. They're doing very good jobs of like facial reactions.
Get up! Come on, get up! Oh, good. You're alive.
Okay, how did everything get on fire?
Tawny's over there.
Okay, I think that's the... Okay, I can't save anyway, so that's fine. So this is the scene here where we have to do a couple things. Okay, I'm assuming we're gonna get some sort of save at some point. I can't talk to her at the moment. I can't do anything with the other characters. I can't save, so I'm assuming that we're in a area where I can't. I guess maybe the train area was supposed to be what we could.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, better than the train.
Oh, you think you're better than the train because you have powers?
Chani, we're all better than the train. Let's go.
Wow. The inside of the wall looks weird.
Probably should have saved on the train before we started this, but
Let's be careful and try not to touch anything.
we should still be fine. Oh, you're finally gonna fight the Shadow
All of us
Lord.
have powers, dude.
Yeah, that's a really good fight. I enjoyed that one.
Let's just keep going.
The music is also very good. And enjoy the scenes afterwards as well. Still can't save. Probably should have done that beforehand, but it's fine. Alright, how far do I have to go before I get a chance to save? Because, still no map, which is unfortunate. Yeah, it's I played in the easiest difficulty, but I think most of the stuff you do is probably not too bad. Difficulty-wise, fast travel. There are cell phones spread throughout a dungeon. You can use these to access the fast travel menu and travel to areas you visited before. You can save your progress near fast travel points. Use start to access the save through the main menu. The game auto saves frequently. You can find this save at the top of the list. Okay, so this is our save point here. Never mind. So we found the save point anyway. So let me make a save here, because I did say today's stream would be short. Well, I didn't specifically say that today's stream was going to be short, but I think this is a good point for me to stop for today, because I don't know how far off we have to go, and also I don't want to progress too far without further like knowledge and stuff. So yeah, that's Eternights, or Eternights, I think they pronounced it in the actual thing. Again, we'll come back for this in the next upcoming streams to finish everything with this. So far, interesting game. I thought it was at first going to start like a dating simulator kind of thing, then all of a sudden our arm got chopped off, then we started fighting mindless enemies. We started fighting mindless people in our brain. We have a saber arm. We got our arm chopped off a second time. We've met some sort of... the date that we picked up is some sort of god that granted us powers. We found a new party member, it looks like. We're still trying to figure out a bunch of our stuff as well. We'll just have to go and see. Like, we'll have to wait and see where we're going. A couple of trophies here and there. We're doing pretty well with the... it seems like there's going to be at least 6 people we can have relationships with. Yeah, Tissue Box Companion is the highlight of the stream. I mean, you're not wrong. We also had we also had our bunker was full of dirty magazines as well. Chani made sure he supplied that. The references constantly to certain types of material is yeah. They've made a lot of references to pornography. They've made references to different dating things and that as well. Like, they are not shying away from their jokes, which I do appreciate, because it's like they are jokes in the end. We don't need to take them seriously. Like, and then obviously, like, social link wise, we're still a long way off, but we've barely done anything in the game. It looks like we've got 6 companions, so ourselves and maybe 5 companions, and we've already met one of them. We've met Yuna, who looks like she's a musician, and yeah, got chased around by some enemies. A train just crashed. Yeah, a lot's happened so far. Music is the music is nice and chill. It's not like super intense. Graphically, it looks really nice as well. The fighting's taking a little bit of getting used to, but, you know, what can you really say there? But, you know, we're learning a lot. We're getting better. Really? Did my game just freeze? That's interesting. Yeah, my game, actually, never mind, my game just froze. The game froze, but the, other stuff works. So I guess this is a point in time to say, hey, we've already, like, we've finished Act 1. Which I didn't sync up, by the way, did I? I didn't sync up that trophy. I should do that before I finish. Yeah. So we've escaped the shelter, and we've just had a train crash, and our game just crashed as well. So that is a good indication to know that we should end the stream at this point. So, with all that being said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Every like, comment, and subscription for this video goes to content monetization. Helps them in my content field, so got all the stuff that you find. I upload my past Plat Recs as well as Let's Plays and Let's Plays to the YouTube channel, which may or may not have links to stuff now because they decided to revoke that, and I might have to wait 2 months to get that to be fixed, despite me being active for 2 years. We'll see how that goes. I have no idea, but as well as my games list for all the games that we've currently played on stream so far, with all their playlists neatly organized from beginning to end. Speedrun stuff's on there as well, and the Plat Reacts also have their own playlist separately in that as well. I upload everything to my YouTube channel because I have a certain limitation on my videos before they're permanently deleted. Want to be a separate place for everyone to find my content, if you wish to do so, and you also get a notification when guys watching on YouTube. My we are doing past some games we have the Platinum Trophy for, as well as switching things up, so games on the Switch. Speedrun wise, Triangle Strategy, Octopath Traveler, and Pokemon Violet Nuzlocke are there as well. The live run, all the notes are done, all the setup is getting done at the moment, and I want to just do a quick little practice before I get back into those, but those should hopefully be coming. I want to try and do those at least once or twice a week, if possible. Also, the Persona 5 Tactica speedrun's on hold until we probably finish this, because this is at least 8 gig that I can delete off. If not, then after Persona 4 Golden. Hang on 1 second, we just gotta read. Let me get the chat. Welcome in everyone from Spooky Stream. Yeah, almost perfect timing, like right at the end of my stream. Panicore, I've not heard of that game. But thank you for the raid. I will carry the raid on to someone else when I get around to it. We were just playing Eternights. We finished the first couple of hours. So yeah, follow me on Twitch at 170 followers, doing Octopath Traveler interval level speedruns. That means that I will take all of the travelers from chapters 1 through 4 and complete speedruns for those, to make up for the fact that I didn't do the Gold run before those. Also very close to reaching affiliate, which means I get monetized as well. I get to make a bunch of subscriber emotes and incentives to help support me and the channel going forward to the future, and you also get a notification when I go live watching on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter to be notified for when I go live, which I'm in Discord. I will send you an invite to my friends Discord server, close to 2,000 members that are running the strong claim to focusing gamers to discuss that as well. I'm very active there, and you also get a notification when I go live on there as well. And finally, if you should know who create my stream overlay that are used for all my future content going forward, you can find a link down below to promote that as well. And also, this might be the only way to actually use the links for the next 2 months if YouTube has decided to disable my links, so I should keep that in mind as well. Alright, as I usually always do, let's see if I can raid someone, carry the raid onto someone else. Are you streaming at the moment? Because if you are, I'll pass it on to you, if you would like that. Would you like the... are you streaming? Are you streaming Replicant at the moment? Because if you are, I will gladly pass the raid on to you. Okay, I'll pass it on to you then, so... just get this right. There we go. Alright, well, I'll pass the raid on to you. They are doing some... let me get this correct, make sure that I've typed it correctly. Near Replicant, another RPG, and they're also trying to reach affiliate as well, so let's pass on the support and love to them for supporting me as well. So thank you everyone for watching, and with all that being said, have a good day night wherever you are, and I will see you all later.